Alright guys, let's do it. The final act, Act 10. So, as soon as we get to the town, we have another skill point. So we're just going to throw it in, get the increased life resistances. And let's move on to the cathedral rooftop. So as soon as we go outside to the cathedral rooftop, we're going to actually, I'll pop the league mechanic just so we can see if we get anything good here. Kill these enemies. We got an unset ring. Talk to him. Looks like there's some like thing on the ground. We should probably be looking to getting some chaos res very soon. But we talk to him, and then yeah, he wants to meet us back at the docks. We don't. I believe we don't have to do that. You can just keep on going to the right, or it's like bottom and to the right. And I'll tell you basically kind of where to go. But if you just go, the quest start will just stay at the start anyways. If you want to click on the smuggler's caches to get more of the heist mechanics, feel free to go ahead and do so. Where are we, 64, 65? Okay. It's like pretty adequately leveled. You just don't want to be like 5 levels behind, really. If you're like 1 or 2, it's not that big of a deal. Oh, it's 2 gen. Alright, well, when it's 2 gen, I'm going to do it no matter what. Can't leech, that's fine. Monsters can do 100% bleed. Oh, that's kind of deadly. What else we got? Additional talismans. I don't really care about that, but I'm just going to do it anyways. Alright, so we want to start off with the things that you want the most, you start off with. Okay. Oh, wait, what's this over here? Pandemonium set. Uh-oh. How many more do we have on these? We have 5, 7. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with the quantity. Oh, I have to use 2 for this. Okay, so we're going to do that one, that one. And I guess we can do talismans just to show off the mechanic. If we can get like corrupted talisman, that would be ideal. I'll show you what that is. There's corrupted blood. Oh, that's really deadly. Got 3 chromatic orbs off that. Look at all that bleed. Oh my gosh. It's not messing around. Holy. Oh, that's the metamorph also just started at the same time. I guess you can see that. Expedition logbook. Wow, that's pretty good. These are still usually worth a little bit of money. And I'll check out how much that thing is worth. Open up all the chests. And maybe we can do some stuff with that 2 gen over here. After we kill everything. Make sure you open up all the chests. We used to have to click on all of the like the little like currency things, but so we have 1 talisman. Unfortunately, it didn't roll with a enchantment on it, but you can get ones that roll with enchantments on it. But we'll talk more about like how to do enchantments later because we can't even really do the mechanic anyways. So let's see if we can get this. So we can get this. This is 2 chaos orbs. I'm gonna offer him. So you see, he wants 39, but like you never give him what he wants. Usually, above half his planet save. I always do about 1/3. So like 1/3 of whatever that is, and about like 1/3 again. And then now we get it. Okay. Next up, usually the things that are worth a lot. I'm sorry, you can't see it. My face is blocking. But if I click on that, and then you can see it, so it doesn't really matter. So Orb of Regrets are ideally great to grab as well. Early on, the reason why Orb of Regrets are great is because these are usually worth like 1 chaos, sometimes half a chaos earlier on. Like he wants 140 of this. I can't. There's like no way that I can afford that. So he'll want different things depending on what the item is. Like for example, this one. Let's see if there's nothing there. And you can also re-roll all things that he has, so he'll get like a fresh inventory if you hit a certain button. This one we can probably grab this one as well. Blessed orbs are great.
Far more than that. You called me on a good day.
So it rolls what's called an implicit. So implicit over here would be like the spell damage. If you hold Alt, it'll tell you what a prefix, a suffix, and an implicit is. The only thing that really matters though for this thing is the add lightning skill gem. But yeah, we'll keep on going.
When I'm ready and not.
Keep on going until we get to the Ravaged Square. It's like basically all destroyed. And Ben still wants us to talk to him in town, but there's a few areas that we gotta go to. We'll get the waypoint and then we'll go back. Clean up this inventory too, so we can actually pick up more stuff. There's a few bosses here too. One of the bosses that we can kill for a skill point, I believe, is in the bottom, like, left. Ideally, I want to try to get the waypoint first. Pick up any maps that you see. It's usually worth it, unless it's like the same map that you already picked up. If you don't know which maps you pick up, just pick it up. It's fine. Because you can still technically sell your maps, even if you don't want them. But generally, the white ones aren't going to be worth very much. The ones that are worth more are going to be pretty much the tier 16, but there are some exceptions to the rules. Because people want like the hardest, like the highest tier. Most of the time. Okay, so this is where we can go to the control blocks to kill a boss. Like I said, I want the waypoint here first so it'll be easier to come back and forth. Otherwise, I'm going to have to walk all the way back from the rooftops to get over here. But now you can see where everything kind of is. There is an option. There's one optional quest that I will actually do, and you'll thank me for it later. That quest is tier of the. I think it's like a tier of the goddess. There's a tier item that you want to get, and what it does is it allows you to buy a bunch of different gems later down the line. Hey, where is this waypoint? It's hiding. Right there, I think. Pretty much covered most of it. It's still not there. Alright, well, if it's still not there, it's got to be real close by. Ooh, that's a lot of burn damage. One of these areas will be blocked off. Level up, gem. Yeah, look how big this area is. That is ridiculous. What's more ridiculous though is honestly this waypoint. I'm surprised we haven't found it yet. Oh, is it right over here? We're at 65. This is 64, so we can still get like okay XP. It's not that bad. We're still searching for it. Jeez, how long away is it? Okay, there we go. That's a far away area. Okay, so important thing. We're actually, since we already have the map discovered, I'm going to go to the control blocks first. It doesn't really matter the order in which you choose these options, but I will go over to this one for. Oh, the Baron. Oh, this used to be like a super meta item. So let's go show it off. So this is the Baron. With every 1,000 or every 500 strength, you get +1 zombie because it's plus level of minion socket gems. It's actually a pretty decent like little item. But in order to get value off of it, you have to have at least 1,000 strength, and so that's not a number that we can realistically reach right now. 6%. It's not really what's picking up. All right. So yeah, let's go to the control blocks. But I guess you know kind of where the waypoint is. So we'll do the waypoint, and then we'll also do. We'll basically got to go through all the areas. I mean, obviously the skill point technically is optional, but like you want the skill point. But what I mean by like optional is like you can progress the game state without it, but like you definitely want to get all the skill points in the entire game. All right, this waypoint's just right here. Nice, nice. Not that we really need to come back for it anyways. But it is nice to like, get some of these waypoints just in case your friend is doing one of these quests or you want to come back for whatever reason. There's very few reasons that you come back into the campaign though. Look at that pop. So remember these little gates, if there is like a broken thing in it, you can just go right past everything. Nice little tip and trick. Basically just looking for the next zone, and there's going to be a boss. Kind of interesting boss. It kind of like flies around. Alright, there we are. Arena. But actually, you do want this waypoint. I'll explain why once we finish the quest, but pretty much it comes down to that there's another area that we'll want to go to, and it's closer to go through here. So how this boss works is they fly down. Eventually, like, you do enough damage and they move away. I actually did a lot of damage. But just keep moving for the most part. Don't stand in anything that looks like it's going to do damage to you. So fly again. This is the moment where you get to recharge your flasks. Oh, I just noticed all of our zombies are dead. That's a relatively easy boss fight. Okay, we got him down. Now that we've eliminated them, go talk to Lonnie for a reward. Now we should really get that corrupted blood immunity. I'm going to see if we can get that very soon. So Onslaught actually is a pretty nice thing to have. I really like grabbing Onslaught. We also have a book thing, but I don't have room for it. Gotta get rid of some stuff out of our inventory. So we'll get rid of this. The Baron unfortunately is not very good. The minion increased life and the 2 levels on minion talking to gems is actually usable, but the other stuff is not really going to give us good value now, unfortunately. So we just sell it for some Alch shards. So with this burial medallion, I'm going to go actually throw this inside of the stash, and I'm going to put it for sale. Let's see, what is it going for? It's saying like, let's see if someone buys it for 2 chaos. There's a couple listed for 1, but those could be scammers. Sometimes people will list up at lower than what it's worth, just in hopes. Like watch, like for example that one. That one was really fast, right? Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna sell it. Even if it's worth 3, like who cares? He can have a good deal. It's maybe worth 3, could be worth a little bit more. Sometimes it's better just to move something. And like for me, if I can sell it instantly right now, I'm okay with it. Like I said, sometimes though, things are listed for too cheap on purpose because they want people to be like, oh, it's only worth this. Like that one probably is like that because that was more likely a bot that picked that one up. Let's go back to the regular stash, and then I'm gonna throw my maps in there. Sometimes these flasks can be worth 1. Let's see if this jewel's any good. You're really looking for extra. I'm just gonna move all of these real quick. Oh wait, this logbook. Let's see how much this is worth actually. So logbook is worth like 5 chaos orbs. Okay. It depends on what the rolls are too. If it's the Tujin one, it could be worth more. But we will actually just do this later. And I'll kind of show you guys that mechanic eventually. I don't really need this. I don't need to put that there. I don't need that. Just got a bunch of stuff that I really don't need. I'll clean up the stash tabs later. But for now, sometimes I keep stuff just to remind myself of certain things. So what Onslaught does is it grants us increased movement speed too, and that's different than this. So I can actually throw one of these on. Let's see. Charge recovery is good, but like I don't need the elemental resistances. This removes ignite, and it's got less duration. I don't like less duration, so I am going to use this on it. I don't care about that. Leech's life doesn't really do very much. When we deal crit, we don't really crit. Reduce charges, increase evasion. It's like okay. I probably shouldn't use too many of these because I want to save these later for stuff. I don't like less duration though. Okay, that works. Actually, we can hit this with the augment. Okay. And we're good. So now we have 2 different things that will give us extra movement speed. And then I got a bunch of like stuff that I just want to get rid of here.
Freedom comes to.
I mean, I could just delete the items, but I can get one alteration. It's like whatever. It's some like other small like currencies. Let's throw this in here, and we are good. Okay, so now I've just talked to everyone in town real quick, And we will go to Lonnie and get our reward, because we don't want to forget about our skill point. And there's a way to type in passives later that I'll show you, so we can get our skill points. That if we maybe forgot to talk to an NPC to actually get it, we can do that. I actually want to look for a jewel socket, so we actually have a couple different options. So there is one over here that's just going to cost 2. There's also one right here, and there's going to be one right here that we can grab. But I want to go ahead and I can get this one right now. I prefer getting strength over intelligence, but it doesn't really matter too much. Next level, though, we will get a jewel that says immunity to corrupted blood. Yeah. Or I can just throw in any other jewel that I have right now. I think we had one. I'm just going to throw it in right now. Just so I can show you at least how the jewel works, because we might not be able to buy it. Yeah, I just want to get the boss done, and then we don't even have to level anyways, but... Alright, you know what, I should probably... I should show you guys how to buy this, because this is actually very, 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 very important to get. So, we're going to type in a jewel. Oh, wait, the base... can we just type in jewel? Oh, you know what, we'll just do this. So, we look for... corrupted blood cannot be inflicted on you, but it needs to be on the implicit. So you have to look where it says implicit, and then you just hit search, and then it'll show up a bunch of jewels. These ones are like 3. Ideally, you look for any one. Oh wait, hold on. Wait, I might have to use the official website, because there's the reason why is because there is the abyss like eye jewel. Can you just type in eye jewel? Let me see if this works. Because there's so many eye jewels. Yeah, like we'll use the official trade website, I think, for this one. So I think we go to item category, any jewel, because there's abyss jewels. Technically there's cluster jewels too, but blood cannot. I'm pretty sure if we just, is there like a pseudo one? Let's see if we, on explicit. Okay, it has to be specifically on the implicit, I believe. Let me just double check though. I don't think we're gonna even show up Scourge though. Wait, this isn't standard. Hold on. Corrupted blood cannot be inflicted. So you want implicit on this. And they're all cobalt jewels. I don't know, maybe you can't get it on abyss jewels. Oh wait, you can definitely get it. Okay, so ideally we look for something that has... Yeah, okay, there are ones for 1 chaos. Okay, great. So the next thing I'm going to do is type in life. So just 10. 20 chaos orbs, okay. But we get rid of life right now. We do definitely want immunity to it. So what we're going to look for now, like increase maximum mana. This is not bad for 1 chaos orb. Look for anything else that you can benefit off of, right? So like increased attack and cast speed. Sure, that's not bad. This thing's for rolling magma, so it's not going to be relevant. Crit strike chance, damage over time. This one gives us some strength. Could be like, okay, remember, this one's going to be replaced for sure. I'm just going to pick up this one, because we got cast speed. So I'm going to copy this and do the same thing. This is not standard though, right? I don't even know, because it's in another language. So hopefully we can buy this one. If not, I gotta make sure it's not in standard though. Let's see. Where did they put that thing? Oh, here we go. Oh, Sentinel. There we go. Okay, we were on the wrong league. My bad. So you got to make sure it says Sentinel at the top. I guess I don't know why it swapped over, but it's fine. No big deal. We have Impale, crit strike chance. That one's not going to be good. Want something that's going to have, okay, like for example, lightning resistance. That could be okay. We're probably not going to get anything that has anything other than corrupted blood can't be inflicted on. And even if we have to play 4 chaos orbs for something that we're going to replace, even though it's like a, it is a kind of an expensive thing. Like, I really want this, but I have 8 chaos orbs. I'd rather see if I can find, dexterity is actually pretty good. I'll consider dexterity. If we can get anything with just life on it, like any amount of life. There's block while wielding a staff. Let's see if we can get anything else. Oh wait, this one's got double resistances. That's actually good. Increased global, physical damage. This one might be probably one of the best for. I will spend all 8 chaos orbs on this because this thing will be relatively harder to replace. Dex and int, totem life, increased attack speed. Ooh, reduced mana cost of skills. That's actually not bad. Spell damage. And we won't really worry too much about our spell damage. Dexterity. If we get like 2 resistances, like, and any extra stat on it that's like useful. But we probably shouldn't spend too much time on here because, like, literally, I can get 5 Chaos Orbs in just a couple minutes. But I'm just trying to look for maybe one of the better ones, if I can get one. Ideally, you get a like Dead Reckoning that also has it, but that can be kind of expensive, and more likely we cannot afford that even close right now. Cold Res. Reduced mana cost of skills. I'm just looking for 2 good other benefits for our character. So like reduced mana cost of skills, some sort of resistances, or dexterity. Here's like strength. This one maybe. It's only 5. You can type in reduced mana cost of skills too. Okay, wait. Oh, mana regen, lightning resist, and dexterity. Okay, this one has like 3 really nice stats, and this one's 5. Let's hopefully be able to purchase this one. If not, we'll go to someone else. No biggie. So we'll keep on scrolling down. Oh, this guy responded. Perfect. We'll go ahead and accept, and we'll go to his hideout. Remember, click on the little swirly thing, and we are good. So yeah, this way we can actually just be immune to corrupted blood. It's such a nice thing to have in the game. So throw that down. It's got dexterity, mana regen, lightning resist. Nice. But if it was like lightning plus another one, that'd be even better. But later on, we're gonna get one that has life and minion damage. It'll be like probably 10 times the price, but it doesn't really matter because we got what we came for, which is again immunity to corrupted blood. Although we can't use this yet. We will use it later. I just wanted to go ahead and pick it up now. So what were we doing? So we did the quest. Did we get the skill point, right?
Yes.
Okay. We got the skill point quest. That was good. And then now this is the quest that I was talking about, where we actually want to go back to the control blocks and actually leave from here because it's going to be faster. And hopefully the map didn't reset. I think it might have because we took too long to go buy stuff. If you take too long, the maps do reset, which is kind of unfortunate, but it's fine because this area, the Ravaged Square, has a very specific tile set. Like, it's always going to be relatively the same. But yeah, if you get any extra, like, cast speed, that's just nice to have, too. Here we go, and we're going to find the teardrop. Did we lose out? Oh, our golem died. Okay. Felt like we were missing out on something. But yeah, we have Onslaught now, and we get... so it'll tell you what it gives us. Fear? Okay, that's the one that we want. Let's also use the league mechanic. Let's throw that down. Ooh, nice. What's poppin'? Is it 3 a.m.? That's 5 a.m. for me. How you doing, man cake? Almost at the end game. I'm really excited to finally get to end game. Let's throw up the league mechanic too. See if we can make something super hard and juicy. Like 67. Let's see if anything amazing can drop. What do we get? 2 fusers. Okay, not too bad. I'm guessing the Sentinels will get better too as we progress. So we're gonna grab the teardrop. Now we deliver it to Lily. The reason why you do this quest, by the way, is later she'll sell you so many gems and it's gonna save you so much time. And you can, if you want to, if you do this, by the time you're watching this, honestly, it's gonna be kind of too late because I try not to upload all of these super fast because we've got life. Mana, cold. Okay, our current belt's better, but you can basically get access to a bunch of gems and then you can sell them to other people. But for the most part, like, the amount of profit you make is relatively small, but there are people that like to do that early on just for like a little bit of small currency. So now that we got the tier out of the way, we did the we got to do End of Hunger, which goes us 2, which is basically the boss. So we got to just progress. So now we're gonna go ahead and go to the top right for the rest of the quests. So we need the staff. So we're gonna go to the Desecrated Chamber of Innocence. That's where we need to go, which is, I believe, this way. Hopefully it's right there. staff. And then we also need to go to the Ossuary in Act 10, which is going to be the last lab. The Torched Quartz. Yeah, so we do have to go through here. So many dead ends. What happens? Ooh, who is it? Is it Tujin? Is it my favorite friend? Tujin. Oh! Oh my gosh, we just got an Exalted Orb. That was absolutely amazingly rare. So, and we got Tujin. So, an Exalted Orb is worth about 100 Chaos Orbs. So, with just that thing alone, I'm going to be able to get a really nice armor really early on. It's called Flesh Crafter. Probably, I'll see if I can get a 6-link one with like that plus some other stuff. But that's one like this is the item that people will want to trade. Like one of these equals like a really like best in slot for a really long time. Not best in slot forever, but like best in slot. You could pretty much argue that it's like best in slot, and you can complete most of the content with it for like just one piece of gear. Like it'll be significant. Or I can get like about 100 Chaos Orbs. Again, the marketplace does fluctuate, but right now it's worth 89. These go up in price. They're usually like at least like 80 at the start, and then they'll go up to like 125s-ish in terms of the price. But let's see what we get. So physical damage reduction, we don't do any physical damage, so let's just go start off with this one. Stack decks are great as well. And definitely throw that slot machine sound. That's really lucky though. These things are not easy to come by. I'm not going to spend any of it to defeat the boss because I want you guys to be able to feel like you can do it as well. Like if I wanted to, I can get like, I could probably get something to like double my DPS. Oh yes, indeed, Shiki. How's your league going, the Shiki? You get. Wait, was that? Wait, hold on. Was that from the league mechanic? Is that why we got it? Because if so, dang, that was really lucky. Wait. How come it's not? Did we do all of them in that? Did we defeat all the enemies already? That was fast. You hate your build? Well, you know, you can always go back to Skelly Mages. All right, so we don't have any currency to really get anything good other than getting these scours, but we can try to like lowball them.
Can't go that low.
Can we go 58?
You're being an ass.
59.
Oh,
so see, he'll just take away something. Now, the one thing that's important with Tujin is do not lowball him when it comes to Exalted Orbs. Like if he has an Exalted Orb, you best pay pretty much the full price. I only usually go down about 10% because the currency that you're giving him isn't really that like difficult to get, and only you can trade it, so it doesn't really technically have that much value. Like if you do the mechanic, you'll have pretty much enough of it. But yeah, it's just you don't want that like random risk of him not selling you one of those because it's like really big. But what build are you playing this league, Shiki? And like why don't you like your build? Is there something that like this league it made it like not as functional? But I don't know if you know, but like they actually updated the game literally last night and they toned down the difficulty. Because apparently the yellow models were too hard, people were complaining. Like honestly, like I was even saying I think they're like overtuned. And I've been playing this game for a really long time. And I don't know, they were memeing on them over on Reddit, like who tested this? Honestly, if you tested the game once, it's not even like there's a random chance that the monsters were going to be that difficult. Nah, there's a lot of times where the monsters were way too difficult. But that's how you put in a jewel, by the way. All you do is you click on it, you right click to take it out, left click to take it to just place it in there. And now we have some extra dexterity, we have some mana regen, and some extra stats. Cool. And now we can upgrade Desecrate. Not that we really need to upgrade Desecrate. It's not that big of a deal. But we do need the dexterity for our gem later. We need like 115, I believe is the number, if I remember correctly. Like we could actually get a wand that has +1 to minion and maybe +1 to all spell gems, which would then give us +2 instead of +1 like we have right now on our item. However, the most important thing is actually the trigger socketed skill when you use a spell or whatever when you use a skill. That I value more than anything. That thing is kind of an expensive thing to get early on. I will get one eventually, but I'm not going to buy it super early on because like I want to be able to give the game like a fair shot at beating like, you know, the early maps without without using like my Exalt super early on. But eventually I will use it. But I want to try at least, you know, the beginnings of it to see if we're like melting content, because I'm pretty sure this build can still do it. Last league though, I just went Skelly Mages because the Dead Reckoning, I'm not sure the price on it now, but yep. But I don't recall if it was my Sentinel that gave me the Exalt, but even if I popped it and it gave us that, it could have just been RNG chance. I've had a playthrough where in literally Act 2, I got an Exalt in Act 2, and I was just like, I could not believe it. I was just like, what are the chances of that? Very slim, I'll tell you that's for sure. So next up we find Avarius, the reassembled. They did that a lot in the game where it's just like, oh, you fight the boss again, but he's been rebuilt. But now he's got the Staff of Purity. We take the Staff of Purity, and we deliver it to Bannon, and then Bannon will be like, okay, I can open up this area here. But I need to double check. We do need to go to the Ossuary, which is going to be in one of these extra zones. So Bannon's like, oh no, I'm on fire, and then now we can get something. I don't really want any of these. And then he's going to tell us he can meet us at the area to open up the doors. But we're actually going to want to go to the Ravage Square, and this time we're going to go to the right and try to unlock the last lab. So protect innocence, so open up the gate over there, but we want to do this. So we're going to look for the Ossuary, because that area is not the Ossuary. Taking some damage here. Oh, we're taking heavy damage. What is going on? Let's activate the lead mechanic. Let's see, maybe we got another Exalt. That'd be absolutely insane, though. Let's see if we can get it. So he's dropping a gem as a reward. Gem Cutter Prism is like, okay. Torch Quartz. So that's this way. What the heck? Is this one of those ones where like, because if we go to the other area, actually no, there's two. Let me double check and go back. Oh, at least go to this area. So I'm pretty sure it's not going to be the Ossuary. Like the canals do not lead to the Ossuary. The canals just go straight into the next area. Yeah. So we're gonna go back here. Actually, let me check. Oh, the Ossuary is right, literally at the waypoint. Good thing we checked on that. So now we gotta go to the bone pits. And the elixir of lures here, but the reason why we actually want to go here is not necessarily for that, but there's like a quest here. The reason why I actually do want to go here is because I want the Trial of Ascendancy. Up. Do I have, oh, no, I do have room, but it's okay. Don't need to worry about it too much. There's another hideout if you want this kind of a setup for it. If you haven't gotten a hideout at this point, get the one from the Ossuary because you're going to want to need it. You're going to want to have it because you're going to use it for like trading, and it's, yeah, you're going to want it basically. Okay, let's put it here. The sealed chest, we get the elixir, we can deliver it to Whalem. But we want this, the Trial of Ascendancy. So go in here. And like I said, these get harder and harder. Even though we walked through it, we didn't get hit that time, but sometimes you get lucky. Other times you don't. And now we just go through here. And we are good. Got all those trials done. Now go back. We can go deliver it to Whalem, and then we fight the final boss of the game. For the campaign, at least. There are more cooler bosses. We get 2 respect points. I just do it because it's right there to just get it. And we may want the respect points. I technically use them for the playthrough, but like it's not that big of a deal if you like use more of them, because you can get them later. It's not like it's a permanent thing. Like you can buy Orb of Regrets if you need to. Although they're kind of expensive earlier on. So now we go to the canals. Now we're fighting Kitava, final boss of the game. this point, maybe I can do 2 Onslaught Flasks and then 2 Quicksilver Flasks. That way we get to move way faster. I'm actually thinking about doing that on my endgame build, because before I was using a Jade Flask, and I didn't actually need it. Alright, Shios, have a great one. Thanks for stopping by. You have a good rest, Kaplan?
When I'm ready, and not before.
Keep on going. We don't need to stop for Alpha because we'll show off the mechanic later. Kind of like a little race thing. We just want to fight the boss and give ourselves a bunch of negative resistances. Because when we kill this boss, we will get lots of minus resistances. However, doing the next lab will give us 30 resistances, which is really nice. But chaos resistance is definitely going to be something we're going to invest points into. So we're probably just going to get that Chaos Orb, and I'm probably going to get a bunch of... Alright, the Exalted Orb, and get a lot of the... we're going to get a massive amount of Chaos Orbs. So if we can sell for, like, right now 89, like, they will go up in price, but it's fine. I'm just going to use it to get, like, you know, everything just with some sort of Chaos Resistance life. Just a bunch of upgrades. If I can get my shield, though, there's a very specific shield that gives you... when you do block, you do gain like 5% of your HP, and that makes things so smooth. But like I said, we're not going to spend any of it now because I'll do the boss completely fresh. I'm pretty sure it lets you revive right there, anyways. Otherwise, you'd have to walk all that way. So this is Katava. This is like this is the last boss of the campaign. So it's a lot of fire damage. You can see that it hurts. I was actually kind of curious, and that's why I wanted to take the damage. Oh, that does a lot of damage, too. I don't think they've, like, buffed up Katava. Cool. But if your flasks aren't up, feel free to go back. Like, right now, it's going to, like, extra regen charges, which is awesome, because I have that Pantheon thing. I really like that one. One of my favorites. Ooh. Just watch out for the stuff on the ground. You'll be okay. But there's like those projectiles too, and sometimes because you're playing minions, there's a little bit of clutter on the screen. But just keep hitting them. Now we got the heart exposed, so a bunch of damage to that, and then it's gonna go back into that phase. Pop over there. Ooh, took some damage. We're standing in some AoE. Oh. Covers up a lot of the screen. If it gets too dicey, you can just go right back in. If you want to refill your flasks too, or resummon your stuff, it's totally fine. Resummon our zombies. Also, you can use Convocation to reposition your zombies and your minions, just in case, like, they're in a very bad spot. Alright. And watch your resistances. So you'll see all of our resistances are good, but wait. Just wait. And see what happens. Boom. So we'll talk to Sin. It's over. The epilogue is now unlocked. So go to the Oriath dogs. We'll talk to all of them. I'll say thank you.
By the light of
We get 2 passive points for this one, which is awesome.
Innocent.
Okay. Then now we will talk to Lily, and we'll set sail from Oriath. It's a pretty easy boss fight, but again, if you die on this boss, don't worry. I've played this game so many times, and like there will be a couple times, especially with the firework, basically covers up almost everything. It can feel kind of unfair. Pick up the crafting recipe, a flask. What is that? Movement speed, flask enchantment. Nice. Talk to Lily. Oh, we can't use any movement abilities in here. That's unfortunate. And I played using this the whole time, which makes us take 15% increased damage, as long as we're full on energy shield. But a lot of times how the bosses work is like, they'll do something that does a massive amount of damage and they'll go away for a little bit, or whatever the case may be. But we'll definitely want to replace these boots. These boots are definitely not recommended for the end game. The next set of boots will actually have less movement speed, which is kind of unfortunate, but like the stats on these aren't really that bad. Like the extra dexterity is kind of nice. I'll probably end up having to get some extra dexterity elsewhere, but with that one exalted ore, we'll be able to solve a lot of problems, and I'll kind of show you guys what to kind of look out for when you buy stuff. Alright, so now we're going to talk to Kyrak. Actually, you know what? I did want to actually work on a video of like what to do when you get to the end game. So like once you set sail, like you go over here, like what do you do in the end? So this is where I'm going to end it off, because it's technically the end of the act. We are in what's called the epilogue. But anyways, if you guys enjoyed the entire playthrough, hopefully you did. You actually made it all the way through, so congratulations. There's very few people that actually can make it to the end of Path of Exile. Obviously, it's because they don't have a guide. They find the game confusing and hard, but I guarantee you there's so much more content too. So don't think you're completely finished yet. The fun starts actually now, which is interesting, but that's the way the game works. But anyways, I'll see you guys in... I'm going to be calling it, like, I guess part 11, but I'm also going to be calling it, like, you know, what to do at the very end of Path of Exile, like, when you beat the campaign, because this is a question that I get asked all the time. I don't want to make a very specific video, like, that goes over all of that. But remember, you're not technically done with the game yet. You're done with the game's campaign. But anyways, drop a like on your way out. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, though, let me know. And more likely, they'll probably be answered in the next, like, few set of videos. But that's the end of Act 10. Congratulations. You did it. You beat Path of Exile, one of the hardest games out on the market. But anyways, take care, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out. Peace.